oh, now we are going to talk about free will and Aron Ra maybe being a higher power.
Are you familiar with Mr. Aron Ra?
Aron Ra, I'm looking at him right now.
I am familiar
Aron,
with
come on in here.
Is it true that Aron Ra thinks himself a god and uses his name as describe himself as a god? Is that correct?
All right. I have him right here.
He just walked in and kissed Eric on the face.
Thank you for bringing me into this show.
How's it going, brother?
That was maddening. This guy says that free will is what causes all the suffering, but there's heaven where you have free will and you don't have suffering. So obviously the free will isn't causing the suffering. His answer is wrong. He can't understand that his answer is wrong because he can't understand things.
No, he just got the cognitive dissonance. But Aron,
Hitler
I appreciate you. I love you, man.
Will.
All right.
Adolf Hitler
Get out of my studio.
had free will. He chose to use it in the wrong way.
Then argue with Adolf Hitler, and while you're at it, why don't you argue with all of the Nazis that had inscribed on their belt buckles, Gott mit uns, God with us?
Yeah.
You know what the first thing I noticed about this video was? It's Robert from Long Island. That's got to be the same as Rob from Long Island with the pyramids earlier, right?
Oh my God. I'm not sure if I hate or love this guy right now.
The call is coming from within the house.
Wait, and so he's also saying that Aron thinks that he's a god because he, uses the name Ra. And so is he saying that he's acknowledging that Ra is a god? Also, that connects it to the whole pyramids thing. This is making so much more sense now.
Everything's just coming together. I want to know whether or not we had a choice to watch that clip or not, or whether or not free will even exists. What was it the guy said, though? Why he said something about free will being why Aron thinks he was a god.
Yeah, it's just another one of those like red herrings or attack on someone's character, like an ad hominem that desperate people use. I mean, I don't know how desperate this guy actually is. I don't really know exactly how stable this guy is.
Yeah, no shit. And, I call myself Fat Jesus because I'm here to redeem mankind with delicious Chipotle burritos. That's what's behind it. No, so the free will stuff, though, I like talking about free will, but it's another one. So I've talked about this with a few things. The Kalam cosmological argument, whether morality is objective or subjective, and then free will. Really fun things to discuss. I could not think any of them were less important to actually how you function day to day. If morality is subjective or objective, doesn't fucking matter. Don't be a dick. If the Kalam is valid or not, which by the way, I actually reject the first premise, or at least don't accept it because it's non-verifiable. But whether it's correct or not, doesn't get you to Christianity or Mormonism or Islam, so pretty meaningless there. The best it could do is get you to deism, and deism, as we all know, is just lazy atheism. And now in this situation of free will, I think I have it, or I feel like I have it. I actually don't think I have it. I'm somewhat of a determinist. I'm somewhat of a person who believes in a deterministic universe, but it doesn't really matter. Don't be a dick whether you have free will or not.
Yeah, I think that the whole free will thing a lot of the time is, first of all, I don't think a lot of people who invoke arguments about free will even understand what they're talking about in the first place. And second of all, I think it's just an excuse to derail arguments or insult and with it being Rob from Long Island, sorry, I hope it's not an ad hominem to say that maybe not the best person to, get arguments from and take them to heart. I did really enjoy this clip. I think my favorite part was just the fact that Eric got kissed by the god Aron Ra. I mean, he's now been blessed by our savior. I mean, how lucky can a guy be,
I like the part where he said the guy doesn't know how to think about things. And that's kind of summary of what you were just saying.